1, 2, a 1, 2, 3.
SCTV's executive producer, Briana Trefiro, bringing you the 4th episode of this season of South Shore Style TV. Today, we visit North Scituate to visit Artsy and Pretty Little Things. Let's go inside and meet the owner. Hi, I'm SCTV's executive producer, Briana Trefiro, bringing you the 4th episode of this season of South Shore Style TV. Today, we are starting here at Artsy Art Studio in North Scituate, Massachusetts, with the owner, Maria Dinwiddie. Hi, Maria. Could we just start talking about your background in Scituate?
I've been in Scituate for about 17 years, living in the Egypt Park area. Before that, I lived all over the place, but we've sort of made Scituate our home.
Very nice. And Artsy is so cute. It has all of these plaster art activities and things like that. So what was your inspiration to open the business?
I really wanted to give people in Scituate a place to come and have fun, bring their kids, get away from computers, maybe paint as a family, have fun birthday parties here, and just sort of bring more art here. We had a few options in Scituate that are all gone. We had a couple in the harbor, they're gone, and I don't think there are many more that are public places.
Do you have a background in art that made you want to get involved and open Artsy?
I have a fashion design background, and with that comes art school, just the basics of art school, and I just really enjoy it. So I think I'm pretty crafty. I like to do things, make things out of nothing kind of thing. So that's kind of where we started.
Is Artsy your first business, or have you had experience opening businesses in Scituate or the surrounding area?
I had a store called the Craft Factory in Cohasset in 2002. I started it right after having my son. It stayed open until about 2005, and then we moved it down to the harbor. And then we were open there till about 2007, where we sold the business. And then the lady that was in business, I guess, for another year or so. Yeah, so we've done that before. I've also had push carts selling clothing, both in the Cambridge Side Galleria and the North Shore Mall.
Very nice. And I know you do hold classes here at Artsy. Do you cater to a specific skill set, or age range, anything like that?
We do a lot of classes in sewing mostly, and the age that we start at is 7 years old. And we actually mix ages. We don't stay, originally we started in age groups like 7 to 8. Now we mix ages, so we might have a 7-year-old in a class with a 14-year-old, which we find is really good because sometimes we pair people up in classes. So we start at age 7. Sometimes we'll take 6 years old if they're really mature enough. And then we do adult classes as well.
And what sort of things could you learn in either a painting class or one of these sewing classes?
In painting, it varies. I mean, you can come and learn watercolor. You can learn how to paint with oils. In sewing classes, you generally start with a pillowcase, and then you go from there, you go to pajama pants, and then from there you can basically make one of 12 things. You can make a stuffed animal, you can make a skirt, you can make a shirt, different variations. And then once you've been a level 3 student and you've made something on that list, you can actually come back, make something else on the list, or even get more specific to something else you want to make, and that's more complicated.
So you host a lot of different events here between camps, classes, things like that. Do you do anything tied in with the rest of the North Scituate community?
The only thing that we actually participate in the community is Fall for Scituate, where we usually have a plaster item like a pumpkin that you can paint, something like that. We're very involved with the North Scituate Merchants Association, which is led by Andrea Hunt, and I think Ann also Birnbein, I think it's Birnbein, is also very, specific in that. So when something's going on, we all get involved in that. So we had a a block party recently, so we all participated. We basically made up a bunch of plaster and let people paint for free, and then the reading place had a craft, and other people had different activities that we brought in. So when something's going on in the town of North Scituate, we do tend to get involved, but we don't necessarily, host things that are with others other than that. That helps, yeah. So
I did hear that you guys had a fashion show here at Artsy. Do you want to talk about that a little bit, maybe what you did, what the purpose of it was?
Sure. I had about a year of sewing lessons at that point, and I had probably about a third of the kids who do sewing lessons stay on for a whole year and even beyond that. So they were making some really cool things. They were making bathrobes, they were making 3-tiered skirts, they were making all kinds of really cool things, including dog coats. A couple of kids made coats for the dogs, and I thought we could probably do a fashion show and give them an opportunity to show off what they do. I thought if you can do a dance recital, you can do a fashion show. So we rented Gar Hall in Scituate, and we had about 26 kids participate in the fashion show, and some of the children had up to 5 things that they had to change in and out of to do, and we had a dog in the fashion show. We had one girl whose dog coat was way too large to have the dog, and the dog was a little bit crazy, so we had her bring a stuffed animal in and put the dog coat on the stuffed animal. But I thought it was a great opportunity for the girls, and I know some of the girls do sports as well, but I thought it was a great opportunity for those who don't really do sports or need an outlet to show off their talent, that it was a great thing to do, and they seem to have a really great time. We're going to do it again in the fall. So we've got girls already making things, try to get into that show and show off their stuff. So that was really fun. So the other thing is, if you look at our plaster wall, you see a lot of choices here for the kids. When we come into season, like the Christmas season, we actually have a lot of ornaments that kids can paint. We typically go to the PTOs in town and give them, actually our town and also the surrounding towns, Marshfield, Cohasset, Hull, Norwell, Hanover, and we give them an opportunity to come in and paint an ornament, and then if it's a $5 ornament, $1 goes to their school. So we had a really big showing for that in December. We also give a gingerbread making class. We go into Gingerbreadies and we get the medium-sized gingerbread houses, and we have a couple of adult classes, but we also, this year, were able to fill up one of our family classes, which was really fun too. So there are a lot of pictures up on the web of some of that stuff.
And then finally, how can interested viewers get in touch with you if they want to start a class or get involved with the summer camps, different events you may have?
They can either call us at 781-378-0255, or they can look us up on the web. We're www.artsyscituate.com. we couldn't get Artsy because it was already taken, so we're artsysituate.com. And there's usually a schedule there, or there's a contact us form, so you can, do something with those forms.
Great. Thank you so much, Maria. It was great to meet you. SCTV's executive producer Briana, back with Maria Dinwoody in her second establishment, Pretty Little Things in North Scituate, Mass. Maria, can you tell me a little bit about Pretty Little Things?
Yes, we are a co-op membership. There's 4 of us. I'm the owner and the designer of the left-hand wall in the back. And then in the middle we have someone who is a jewelry buyer out of Hingham. And then we have Trendy Tot out of Duxbury. They're a children's designer. And then Karen's Boutique in the front. She's a little bit of a designer, but mostly a buyer. So we're a co-op in the sense that we all, I guess, rent space here. And we also all have to work a couple of days in the month. We all have to work 2 days in the month as well as part of that co-op membership.
How did you decide to open up Pretty Little Things?
I actually have a fashion design background from when I was in my 20s. In October, I turned 50, and I decided that I have to finally get my clothing label out there. So in order to do that, I thought it would be easier to bring on more people as part of that. And it's been really fun because I think what I found was a few people, and I've got a list of other people that want to do something like I did, whether it's their own clothing label or things they like to buy and resell, but didn't want to take it all on their own. So I have one woman actually on our list, which I think is a really cool idea. She's always wanted to do handbags, and she was ready to come into the store, but then realized that she couldn't because she was just gotten pregnant. So she had to delay it for another year. But her dream was to come into a store and have a handbag store. So this would have lent her the ability to do it without really having to worry about all the retail hours, all the expenses, and all that. So
what exactly is your background in fashion?
I went to the School of Fashion Design, which is on Newbury Street, for about a year and a half, and then I went to FIT in New York City for a couple of years. I never did finish in either certificate, but I got a lot of technical knowledge and experience put it to use. And I've had a couple of push carts where I've sold things in a couple of different malls, Cambridge Side Galleria and the North Shore Mall as well. So I've done that over the years. This is the first time I've actually landed in a true full brick and mortar spot. We're also going to go online. We're working on doing that as well. We got a lot of customers actually that visit Scituate, have stopped in, and they want to know if they can buy more of what we have. So we're in the middle of trying to do that as well.
Since Pretty Little Things is brand new, how are you getting customers to come into the store since you guys just opened?
Well, the first night we had a grand opening, which was really fun. I've got a lot of great soccer pals that I play soccer with and just other friends in Scituate. And what we all decided to do is to throw a big grand opening party. So that was May 7th, and I think we had over 100 people here. We actually had a line queued up of people that were buying things, which was really cool. And so, someone came by and later had said to me, one of the customers came in like a couple weeks later, and she said to me, wow, I was looking outside your store the other day. I didn't realize you guys were even open. I thought there was a line for ice cream at Wilbur's, but then I realized it was your store. So it was fun. It was a great group of people. We actually had obviously the store open for sales, but then we had to use Artsy for the food, and then Tracy from Stillwater's across the street did a wine tasting for us. So that was huge, and then we went on to Facebook and we talked to our friends and basically asked people to like our page, and I think within the last 6 weeks being up there, we've got about 500 likes already. So it's really cool. So that, we're trying to go into the newspaper when we can. We're trying to do ads where we can. There's a little pocket guide out right now for Scituate, so we're in that. So, word of mouth, advertising, that sort of thing.
So obviously Artsy is next door. What is it like owning neighboring businesses?
It's really fun. I think, we're not open for walk-ins next door anymore, so I find that people are coming and peeking in and want to come in and paint. It's nice to have the proximity of these to each other. If I need to do something next door, I can do it. If, I'm sitting here and I need to get something done, like we're going to have a party, I can actually fill up paints, which is a lot of paint you have to fill up, so I can do that, or I can give that task to someone that's working here, so that's kind of cool. I'm only 5 minutes from work in general, from where I live, so that's a cool part. It's nice.
So I know you mentioned that North Scituate really has a great community vibe. What is it like operating here, especially two businesses?
I think people are very supportive of our business. I think that they're supportive in general of North Scituate. I think that North Scituate is starting to come alive again. And I think that, having the two businesses here is helping that. I know that I've met with others that are part of the North Scituate Merchants Association that are also geared to making North Scituate a destination for people to come to.
And then finally, not only as a business owner, but also as a resident, what does Scituate mean to you?
Scituate for me means family. We don't have a lot of family in Scituate. However, we've sort of made it our home, sort of our home base, if you will. Both of my children have grown up here. For the most part, my daughter moved here with me when she was 2, so she's been here for 16 years. It's home. I mean, it feels great to be near the water. There are a lot of great people that live here, a lot of great families, and I think that everyone has the same goal in Scituate to raise their families and give them an adventure of being near the ocean and having proximity to Boston and proximity to, art, culture, and other things that some children may never have.
That was great. Thank you so much, Maria, for taking the time to talk with us. Thank you. Wow, it was great to get inside and get to know Maria. And there's so much going on here at Artsy and Pretty Little Things. Until next time, I'm Briana for Scituate Community Television, and we'll see you next time for South Shore Style TV.